Today's Dallas Cowboys Report is presented by MANSCAPED. We'll tell you more about their top-of-the-line men's grooming products later on in today's show. But remember, you can always save 20% by using promo code COWBOYS at manscaped.com. I want to begin today's show with some news on coaching staff hiring. Now, there's been some game of telephone issues that always happen this time of the year. Joe Bowden, the Tennessee State linebackers coach under Eddie George, reportedly, first by On3 and then Mike Fisher had the actual role, is joining the staff as the assistant special teams coach. When the initial report came out, there was no mention of what role it was going to be, so it kind of got picked up as, oh, he's the new linebackers coach. He's not. He's going to replace the Matt Daniels role. He is now in Minnesota as their special teams coordinator. So there is another hire, which, barring a surprise, hire Mike Munchak, fire Joe Philbin, which I'm not going to get my hopes up for, but fingers crossed. This then is your Cowboys coaching staff this year. In a move not many of us saw coming, in October, November. Everyone's back, really. Mike McCarthy, head coach. Kellen Moore, OC. Dan Quinn is the DC. John Fossil back again as the special teams coordinator. Notable offensive assistants, position coaches, Joe Philbin at O-line. Doug Nussmeier sticking around at QB. Skip Pete at running backs coach. Lundo Wells back at tight ends. And Robert Prince is the main change here. He comes over as the wide receivers coach after interviewing somehow briefly for the Saints offensive coordinator gig, which he didn't get. Cowboys hired him this offseason from the Houston Texans. Defensively, Joe Witt, who had several interviews to be a DC, he sticks around as the DB's coach, secondary coach / passing game coordinator. Aiden Dirty is the D-line coach. Scott McClurley is the linebackers coach. Al Harris, longtime Packer, still at DBs. George Edwards in the running for the Duke head coaching job. Didn't get a DC job either, so he's back as well to help be a senior defensive assistant for the Cowboys. The rest of the coaching staff. Rob Davis is the assistant head coach, kind of Mike McCarthy's right-hand guy, not really like a position coach, though. Jeff Blasco is the assistant offensive line coach. Leon Lett is the assistant defensive line coach, specializing, of course, on defense tackle. He's been here forever. Joe Bowden then is the new assistant special teams coach. And Scott Tolzien, the quarterback, is the former QB, is a just unposition-specific coaching assistant, one of Mike McCarthy's guys. So be honest with me then in the comments section. I want you to grade this Cowboys coaching staff. A, B, C, D, or F. I'm going to make this question the pinned comments on today's video. So if you get the ad break on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there, type in A, B, C, D, or F. Let's talk rumors then around the Dallas Cowboys with an Amari Cooper trade. I'm still going to give this 2 stars. I don't know what the Cowboys are planning on doing. I don't know if the Cowboys themselves know at this point, but I do know Cooper's future is uncertain, and that's led to plenty of trade rumors around the high-priced wide receiver. Different outlets, both Pro Football Focus and Bleacher Report, coming up with various ideas that I wanted to spend some time talking about today. And when the Cowboys eventually make their decision, we're going to be live for it. The idea from PFF was the Jags get Amari Cooper in exchange for a 5th-round pick and a 2nd-round pick. That's number 33 overall, so almost a first-rounder. You get the first pick of round 2 as plenty of value, right? Bleacher Report, in an idea to make their defense great, is trading Amari Cooper to the Ravens in exchange for Marcus Peters and a 3rd-round pick. We'll spend some more time specifically on the Ravens, the Peters-Cooper idea, so that's different than just draft capital. But would you trade Amari Cooper? Maybe, let's say it's for that 2nd-round pick, that first 2nd-rounder. Would you do it? Y for yes and for no. Sound off for me in the comments section. If you do move on from Amari Cooper, you have massive uncertainty here at the wide receiver position because that would leave you CeeDee Lamb and Simi Fehoko as your top 2 receivers. Because remember, Gallup, Wilson, Turner, and Noah Brown are all free agents. Now, in theory, you trade Cooper, you save a bunch of money. You could then find a way to, re-sign some combination of those players. But it does leave you thin at the position and would make you worse at wide receiver. Now, the Marcus Peters trade idea, I want to spend some time on it. Bleacher Report called Peters a lockdown corner, which not accurate. Peters is play like when I think of lockdown corner, I'm thinking guys who don't get targeted very much because they're not allowing much separation. They're not normally big interception guys because they're just not thrown at very often. Peters' play style is a lot more like Trayvon Diggs, and there is a money issue here as well as you see the stats between these two players. Peters' last healthy year, his first year was actually kind of like Diggs' most recent year. The yards are fairly high. The yards per target are fairly high, although Diggs' numbers are inflated because DeMonte Casey blew a bunch of coverages and just inflated the figures. Peters is a playmaker, though. That's what his role is. Frankly, Trayvon Diggs' player comp coming out was a pretty popular one, was Marcus Peters. They play similar fashion. The issue here is Peters' $10 million base salary coming off a pretty notable injury last year. And I would argue Peters could be cut outright. I'm open to the idea you then probably flip Anthony Brown in some capacity, but I also don't know how I feel about getting better at corner to get worse at receiver. Those types of moves just makes me a little bit anxious. But back to Cooper and the value that he is worth. What draft pick do you think he is worth right now? Getting closer to 30, coming off a down year. The contract isn't that bad if you want to restructure it, if you were to trade for him, but it is a contract, not a rookie deal. Sound off for me in the comment section. If you use Manscaped, you should also check out their Ultra Premium Collection. Deodorant, body spray, body wash, shampoo, conditioner, and some incredible lip balm as well. And by using promo code COWBOYS at manscaped.com, takes this collection price from $50 to $40. And you get free shipping when you use promo code COWBOYS as well on the Ultra Premium Collection and all of the Manscaped products. Cowboys Report presented by Manscaped, 20% off and free shipping when you use promo code COWBOYS at manscaped.com. We'll put the link and the promo code in the comment section and the description to make your lives that much easier. From receiver to cornerback, could Dallas cut Anthony Brown? This idea is something we've mentioned before. I do consider Brown a cut candidate. I'm going to give it 2 stars. There's a lot of things to consider here, and this is why the Cowboys have made no moves. They're kind of trying to figure out what money they want to have available. Anthony Brown's cap hit, $6.5 million. You save $5 million by cutting him. Not bad figures, and Anthony Brown did play well last year. Now, there was bad against the Bucs, bad in a referee-induced terrible calls for defensive pass interference because the QB threw it by 10 yards, but he played well. Yeah, the yards are high in terms of the allowed yardage. Remember, the Cowboys were up in a lot of games. No team faced more attempts in passing than the Brown-Diggs combo because those teams were winning. The Cowboys were winning a bunch of games. Teams threw on them a lot. So, of course, the yards are high. And, yeah, a couple of plays he got beat. He's not Jalen Ramsey. Nobody's saying that. But for $5 million as your CB2, it's not that bad. $6.5 million if we're going to do it as the cap hit. It's not bad. The solution, or why it makes more sense than it might have done previously, is at some point you do want to give the reins to Kelvin Joseph, right? You made him a second-round pick. Maybe your solution is you keep one of Anthony Brown or Jordan Lewis and open up the path for Kelvin Joseph and maybe Reggie Robinson being a piece for you long-term. So only on the player, I don't want to dump Anthony Brown. But if you're convinced Kelvin Joseph is your guy, you're probably going to end up one of AB or Jordan Lewis. I think that makes the most sense to maximize your playing time and your cap space and your contracts and everything. So what do you guys think? What to do with Anthony Brown? Type in K for keep or D for dump. I know things are a bit boring right now in Cowboys world, but free agency is less than a month away. The Combine is just around the corner, and we're still doing daily Dallas Cowboys videos. So if you have not already, join us for more free videos on everything going on around America's team. Stuck Marcus Maye. Yeah, we're doing safety talk because this is my show after all. I'll give it 1 star. PFF linked them as a fit, a 1-year, $6 million deal. Others have poo-pooed like, oh, they're not going to spend that much. And I go, wouldn't they? Spent 4 on Keanu Neal. What's 2 more for Marcus Maye at safety? He is one of the better free agent safeties. And this is a position and a team that in general is not invested in, at least by Dallas. But Marcus Maye is coming off a down year. He and the Jets have issues. There was an Achilles injury as well. So yes, Marcus Maye was franchise tagged last year. I'd say there is a chance he takes a contract that's about half of what that franchise tag was. Anthony Harris just did that himself in free agency, Vikings to Eagles. Is it likely? Probably not. It's not their MO. But I wouldn't rule it out 100%. If Maye was healthy, I would rule it out. Coming off the injury and a down year, I'll go, well, maybe the Cowboys find their buy low Achilles boy safety, which is what they've done in the past with both Malik Hooker and DeMonte KZ. So I'm not going to discount this one all the way. I would say it's a bit of a stretch, but it's not an immediate dismissal like, Jesse Bates is an automatic dismissal. Marcus Williams, automatic dismissal. Marcus Maye, not so fast. So with free agency in mind, name a free agent who you want to sign. Let me know in the comments section what free agent you want to go out and add in the open market. This could be defensive tackle. This could be offensive line. This could be defensive end, linebacker, etc. Drop a player for me in the comments who you guys want to go and add this year in NFL free agency. Let's talk Troy Aikman now here on the Cowboys Report. Could he, and it sounds like he's going to, make a pretty major switch in the media marketplace? He's going to leave Fox Sports to go on Monday Night Football, giving them their best booth, regardless of who the play-by-play is, in years. And by the way, Aikman is going to get Romo money on this deal. $17.5 million per year is the rough estimate per the New York Post report on this one. There are also Cowboys implications here as well, that Fox could go hire former Saints head coach Sean Payton. If he's good, he might not jump back to the NFL. If he's not so good, maybe that leads him down the path that we're all going to talk about all next season at head coach if the Cowboys and Mike McCarthy have some issues.